Good morning, SMP Nation. Welcome to Takeover Tuesday. How are we doing this morning? I'm so excited for you all to be here today. How are we doing? I was looking at the chat before we started today's show, and it is cold for a lot of us, isn't it? It is freezing. Wolf Guy said that it just got above 0 in Nebraska. If I was in that area right now, I don't think I would survive. I don't. So kudos to all of you who are in the cold weather right now. I'm in California, and let's see. We're going to check how cold it is right now and see, because I am freezing. We're all freezing. It is 63, and I am so cold right now. So I just thought you guys should know that's what's going on over here. But if you guys, I was thinking about this before the show, because Kyle this morning brought me and the crew all breakfast burritos for breakfast this morning. And I was wondering, I'm like, what does SMP Nation think that we do before the show starts? And I was thinking as we were all eating our breakfast burritos. So if that's what you were wondering, we were all eating. Roger, do you still have yours? Are they all gone? It's all gone?
I have my breakfast burrito.
Oh, I'm in your way.
Right here. And
here's mine. Here's mine.
The reason why we got breakfast burritos is Kyle got me this for Christmas, and it's a bunch of hot sauces, so we're all trying it.
And I think they were pretty good.
They're all pretty good. Yeah,
thank you, Kyle. Garlic.
Yeah.
Kyle loves the garlic one, so that's really awesome. And I don't know, I just had a funny little thought of like, I wonder what they think that we're doing right now. Like, as we're all just sitting in a circle eating these burritos, trying all these hot sauces. But it's great. It's bonding. It's awesome. But anyway, just a fun little start to today's show. But welcome. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing all your comments now about the weather. Ooh, -5. You guys, I would not even survive. I got here this morning and the office, I believe, was 60. I've got a blanket. I have a heater under my desk right now. We're in full warm mode. So I kudos to you guys who are surviving out there right now, because it's just wild. And I hope everybody's staying safe as well, because I've seen the updates of the storms and traveling, and people are probably still traveling from Christmas over this weekend. So I hope everybody's staying safe, because it can be very scary out there, and I just hope everyone's staying safe. But with all that being said, good morning. Welcome to the show. I love that you guys all love breakfast burritos. We are probably the biggest breakfast burrito fans out there, huh, Kyle? We love our breakfast burritos. They're, especially in California, I feel like you got to have like a breakfast burrito every once in a while, you know. But yes, okay. Welcome to Takeover Tuesday. Is it our 25th episode? Is that crazy, you guys? Thank you for hanging out with us this whole time. And if you've been here from the beginning, you guys are amazing, and you guys are just the best. But we have some things we need to talk about. We have some updates we need for you guys, but it's almost the end of the year. It's almost 2023. We just hit 25 episodes on Takeover Tuesday, and we are about to hit 100 on SMP Live. Blaine is about to hit 100 episodes on SMP Live. It's so exciting. And you guys, I'm sure you probably know by now, it's just the way that we roll here at Sewing Machines Plus, that when we have a big milestone, we have to go crazy with it. So stay tuned for the next couple of weeks because it is going to be crazy fun. And I don't want to give too much away, but just letting you guys know. It's very, very exciting. And it's all because of you guys. So thank you so much. It's so exciting to see all your familiar faces on here and all the names on here and just hang out with you guys each week. Wolf Guy said he's giving away an SWF, right? I don't know. But we'll talk about it. I think we're probably going to talk about it today, what we're going to be getting in store. So we talked about it a little bit, but I have some ideas too, and we'll see how it goes, because I see you guys here on Tuesdays, and I always feel the need that I have to spoil you guys. So we'll let you know. Stay tuned for the 99th and 100th episode in the next 2 weeks, because it's going to be so exciting, you guys. I'm so excited. But I want to say hi to some of you guys this morning. So let me come over here and to our little comments and see. We've got Cindy Denninger. Good morning from Oceanside. Oh, I've seen you. I think you've been in our stores before. I think I've seen you. Pamela Nestler, good morning. Celeste Wall, Ginger Israel, good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness. So glad to have you guys back and hang out with you guys today. Oh my goodness. So let's see. Connie said breakfast burritos are our go-tos in this house. They're so easy, right? They're so easy and they're just the best. You can put whatever you want in them. You can put all the hot sauce in the world. It's so good. It's so delicious. I love breakfast burritos. Wolf Guy is like, no, I want breakfast burritos. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Debbie Poole, good morning. Yeah, I've been seeing you guys talk a lot about the weather recently, so I really hope you guys are staying safe with that storm over on the East Coast. And Blaine was with family over the weekend for Christmas, and he even had some trouble getting back. So it's just, what can you do? But you're here, you're watching the show, so I'm sure wherever you are, you must be doing pretty okay or getting by. So I'm glad you're here. And if this is your first time, let me know. I'm so glad to have you guys hanging out with us today, and specifically for today's episode, because I thought with the end of the year and, the year's coming to a close, I was like, well, you guys, we've had a lot of really amazing education in the past 25 episodes of Takeover Tuesday. And, when I look back on it, I sit and watch too. Like I'm with you guys when we do the shows, because we have our educator come on and I watch. And a lot of the people that we have on are people that I really look up to in the sewing world. Like, Joanne Banco and, Reen Wilcoxon, and we've had, Amber Bingham and Nicole Moore, and we've had so many people on here, and just recently with Chris Marchini. Do you want to come say hi? Gary from Sales just walked in, so give him a shout out to Gary. They're all going to comment and give you a little shout out. He was like, don't bring me on. It's all good. But anyways, back to what I was saying. It's really fun for me to watch all the education too, because there are a lot of educators that I really look up to, and it's just so much fun. Melinda Stevenson too. Oh my goodness. There's just so many people that we've had on the show in the past 25 episodes that have just, blown us away, truly. And I know I love all your guys' comments saying hi, Gary. They're all saying hi to you. I love it. But yeah, so what we're going to do today, the plan today is we're going to kind of take a little walk down memory lane, and I kind of pulled my favorite little segments that we've done here on Takeover Tuesday that I have really enjoyed, and I find myself going back and watching all the time. So we're going to take a little trip down memory lane and check out some of these episodes that we've had. And in case maybe you haven't seen them, maybe you skipped the episode or you forgot or you were just needed a refresher. So I hope that these will help you out and we can kind of sit back and watch together, because I feel like when we have educators on, I'm watching with all of us are in the same shoes. As soon as I let them go and get off the screen, I'm watching them, learning from them, seeing what stuff that I can take home and use for myself. So I hope you guys do that too as well. And I saw a comment. I wanted to see it real quick. Hang on. You know me. She said that SMP has taught her so much in the past year, and there's just some awesome shows. Yes, that's the whole goal, and I'm glad that it is working for everyone and that you guys are enjoying it. So with that, just a quick couple of things before I get into our first little segment that I want to talk about. We have some fun shows coming up. So I talked about our 100th episode with SMP Live. I talked about with Takeover Tuesday today, but also we have been planning a little palooza, if you will, and it is going to be all about fabric. I'm sure you've heard Blaine mention it before, but we are getting it rolling, and I think we have a date picked out. But we'll make sure and we'll start letting you guys know as soon as possible, especially if you're in our Facebook group. Just letting you know, we have it down in the description. You can go join it, and we'll post little behind the scenes things going on. And I hope you guys enjoyed. We sent out on that little Facebook group, we sent out a SMP exclusive Christmas card. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. It was really, really hilarious for me to make, and it was great. I loved it, and you guys loved it too. But yeah, join our Facebook group if you want some more little inside exclusive little sneak peeks of what's going on. But yes, fabric is coming soon. So if you guys have been, maybe you just got some Christmas gifts, or maybe you got a new machine. Actually, let me know. Did you guys get a new machine for Christmas? I want to know. I've completely blanked on Christmas. We didn't even catch up. But if you guys got anything fun, if you guys got anything from SMP, let me know, because I'd love to see or to know. Nothing yet. That's okay. Well, let me know what you guys got for Christmas, even if it wasn't from us. Let me know what you guys got. I love hearing what everybody got for Christmas, all the presents and all the good stuff. So, ooh, Denise got a new sewing chair. Ooh, the Arrow chairs. We love them over here. Cindy got a Meridian, a Baby Lock Meridian. Oh my goodness. Is that Vanika Williams? Vinny! Hello, good morning. I saw your name up here. I just had to say hi. Georgette got a cutie frame. Oh my goodness, you guys. Sounds like some of you guys got spoiled. You know me. Got 3 SMP mats, the blueberry one, and the wish table. Ooh, I love seeing what you guys got. Arnell got the Luminaire 3 upgrade. You guys, 2023 is about to be the year of some amazing projects being made, and I cannot wait to see them. I'm so excited. I want to try and start making some stuff. We'll see how it goes, because I'll start something and then give up very easily. So we'll see. But I'm glad to see all of you guys got some good things for Christmas, because you want to start the new year with some new things and some new little goodies. So I'm glad that you guys got some good gifts. But now let's chat about what we're going to be talking and going over today. So as I've said before, we've had some amazing educators come on the show and talk to us about their favorite, tips. And the whole point of Takeover Tuesday was kind of to have our educators take over and show you their favorite products, like kind of give you an inside scoop of what they normally use on a daily basis. So my favorite educators that we've had on, I wanted to show you guys some of the things that they have taught, not only me, but you guys as well. And they're just so amazing. And I love them. And I was watching these clips and I'm like, well, I feel like everybody needs a refresher on some of these things sometimes, because, when you get in a routine of, exactly what things you use and you're using the same things a lot, sometimes you got to get a little refresher of some different hacks and different tips and tricks, right? So love that. Somebody asked what I got for Christmas. I got this new chair. Look, I got a new chair, you guys. It's so nice. It's very comfortable. I got it from my mom. So thank you, Mom. A little shout out to you. But yes, I got one of these little chairs. And then I got some other little things as well. But this chair, I think, is my favorite. This chair and a blanket as well. So I am all bundled up and warm. But anyways, the first little segment that I wanted to show you guys today was with one of my favorite people in the entire world. I love her so much, and she is so amazing. It is the one and only Joanne Banco. Of course, I had to include some of her tips and tricks in here. She did a Takeover Tuesday with us a while ago, and she talked to us about labels, and she really helped explain how to make labels through software. So if you have a Brother machine or you have BES Blue or in their software, definitely check it out and listen to what Joanne has to say about making labels and stuff, because it is, labels can be put on anything. And after I watched her, I wanted to put labels on everything I owned, like my blankets, my hoodies, everything that were my own. So I loved it so much. But I just wanted to show you guys what she did with her label making, because it's so awesome and she has some really good information. So we're going to talk about her real quick, and then we're going to play her video, and then I have two more. I don't know if we're going to have time, but I'm going to try. We're going to see how much we can get through today. So let's go ahead and rewatch our Joanne Banco, my favorite. I love her so much. If she's watching, hello Joanne. We need to talk and get you back on the show soon. But let's see what she was talking about with labels, because I think they're very helpful and you guys will learn something in this short little clip. So let's roll the tapes.
I'm starting with a blank page. I usually like to select the hoop that I'm going to use. So I'm going to go up to hoop, select hoop, and let's just do a 4x4 hoop for now. We've got lots of options in here. In fact, you even have an option for creating a new hoop. So if you have a hoop that is not listed there, that may be a little bit of a specialty size that works on your machine, you can actually put in your own measurements and name that hoop and bring that up. But I'm going to use the standard 4x4, and I'm going to click OK. So there it is. And then now again, I'm going to go into my text and I'm going to click there. Now, you do certainly have many other options for fonts. So I'll talk a little bit about that when I show you another screen. But today, again, I want to stick with the small one. So I'm going to go to small font category. We'll go ahead and we'll just use that Drake again. And I'm just going to do this time Stitched with Love. Okay, and certainly we could add a name or date or anything we want to that. What I want to show you here is how you might want to finish this without doing the pinking shears or the turning those raw edges under. If we go ahead and we go up into Add Design, I've got some great options here. I'm going to go ahead and just click on the menu. I've got accents. So I've got a whole menu of accents, and looky, we have sewing accents. So you can create your own sewing labels with this. I'm going to go ahead and click the little needle there, and I'm just going to click there, and then I can click over here in the items and click on both of these. I'm using my shift key to select both of those, and I can move that into position. And look what a cute label I just made within minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and select the whole thing, and I'm going to go up to Arrange. So you're learning some different things in the software here today, hopefully. And I'm going to click on Center. So the whole thing is centered in my 4-inch hoop. And of course I could change, the sizes if I wanted to, but I'm going to leave that as is. I'm going to go back home, and I'm going to go back to Add Design, and we've looked at accents. There are also applique shapes. There are background designs, borders, connectors, which are like the ampersand that you can add to two different names or whatever you're writing. There are more designs here. Frames, we'll look at those in a minute. Monogram designer decors, monogram designer frames, split lettering designs. I mean, I could do another whole program just on this, but we'll stick to the idea of label making today. And I'm going to go ahead and go into applique shapes. because I could choose any one of these applique shapes and I could create a label out of it. Maybe I want to do a pumpkin theme for, you know, your fall gifts or any of these other things that we have here. We've got lots and lots of options. But I'm just going to choose just a basic square. We simply click on the blank space and it will bring up that piece. I'm going to go ahead and select it, and I'm going to center that as well. And then I'm just going to use my mouse resting on the corners here, or the center markings rather, and I'm just going to drag it until I make it smaller, just like that. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a satin stitch frame for that label. It's actually designed to be an applique, and we could stitch this out in the form of an applique where we take a piece of water-soluble stabilizer. We start with a piece of fabric. We stitch the whole design and the outline. We cut it out, and then we take a piece of water-soluble stabilizer. We hoop that, and we stitch the next outline that matches our cut outline. We layer that right on top, and then it will stitch that satin stitch outside of it. So when we're done, we could completely trim that away. It does take a little bit of extra time, and it takes a few extra supplies to do that. So what I usually do is I let it go ahead and think it's doing an applique, but what I end up with is just a satin stitch around that lettering that I simply, I take a seam sealant and I just, you know, drizzle that around the outer edge. I let it dry, and then I trim that. So I've got a freestanding piece, basically, that really works really well. Now, because it wants to do an applique, that's what I asked for, it's going to give me the typical applique satin stitch width. And I don't really need that. So I'm going to go ahead here, and I'm going to go into the width, and I'm just going to make that narrower. So it's at 5.6 right now, which is a pretty good size, you know, to cover the raw edge. I don't need to cover the raw edge. I just want a satin outline. So I'm going to just put 2.5. Just type in exactly what you want. You click apply, and you're good to go. And then now I can see I can make that even a little bit smaller. Okay. So just like that, we've got a great label. Now I've got an extra outline there that I actually don't need. So I can click on that, and then I can go up to my home key and click delete. So I'm left with just that satin stitch. And let me bring that up a little bit bigger so that you can see. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? I love making these kinds of labels. All right, so let me show you another one, and then we'll wrap up with the software with this one. Okay, I've got a couple samples here that I already created. There's another one that I did with the needle, and this time I used a cursive font, which looks really neat because if you take that needle and you move it kind of close to that stitching line, it almost looks as if you stitched it out with that needle. So I love creating this one. But what about traditional quilt labels? Something where you want to make it for the back of a quilt. We can use the same process, but we can make it bigger. So I've selected my 5x7 hoop this time. I've selected a frame, and I've typed in lettering there. Whatever message. I've seen some great labels made by my quilter friends where they're writing whole stories on that quilt label. So you've got plenty of room. You can make a label any size you want. So I'm going to start with a new page, and I'm going to show you how I would create that one. All right, I'm going to go ahead, and again, I'm going to select hoop. So I'm going to choose the size 5x7, which is 130 by 180. I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to go back to add design. And this time I want to look for frames. So these are just beautiful frame choices, everything you could possibly imagine. They can all be resized. And this is smart software. So if I choose a frame and I resize it too big or too small, I'm going to get a warning from this. So that's a really important thing that it's going to do for me. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. I'm going to click on it. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click Arrange. Oh, I got to select it first. And I'm going to center that. And I am going to rotate it so that you can see it at 90 degrees. Okay, and then now I can resize it. And remember, it's recalculating as it's resizing. So let's just resize that a little bit smaller. It does take a little bit of thinking time depending on your computer processor. So know that there's nothing wrong with the software. It's just got to think a little bit. I'm going to center that. And now I'm going to go back home and I'm going to pick text again. And I want to show you one of my favorite lettering styles. So click in the blank space. My favorite lettering styles when I want to go a little bigger than those little ones, but I still want something small. The beauty of this software is that no matter what font I select, let's say I select this one here, I can simply rest my mouse cursor on the font and it will tell me the minimum height I can make that, get that back on there, or the maximum height. So as long as you pay attention to those guidelines, you will be good to go. And you know, it takes a little bit of experimentation, but I have found that my favorite font, so this will save you some time and some effort. My favorite font, where is it? There it is. For letters that are smaller, but not tiny, is the chalk font. It's very, very readable. So let's just go ahead and type in quilt made with love by Aunt Joe, as I've known everybody in my family. We'll click apply. And you can automatically see it's going to be too big. I'm going to go ahead and change the color just so you can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to go, oh, well, what is the minimum size? It's 0.31. So I'm going to go into the height box and I'm going to say, okay, let's see what 0.31 looks like. Maybe that's too small, maybe it's too big, but at least I know that's the smallest I can get away with. I'll go ahead and go to Arrange, Center, and then now I could simply pull on these corners and make it larger if I want to. So I could add more lines. You kind of get the idea. This just makes it really easy. Again, I can go into line spacing, make the spacing in between each line bigger or smaller, whatever I need. And then I could click on individual letters. As long as you've got it selected with those green boxes, I can move that letter around and put it to any position I want to do it. So again, I could go ahead and make that same frame shape around there that I did before. You can also click the undo button if you don't like what you did, and that will take you back to before you did what you did. But I could simply make this with a lining and turn it right side out and then attach it to my quilt like that. So
all right, you guys, there was Joanne's. And if you guys are looking in the chat right now, you'll see that Joanne is here. I saw her in the comments. Hello, Joanne. We're doing a little highlights thing. I'm sure you probably saw, but she brought up a good point that I just want to highlight really quick with this whole, if we're on the subject of labels. And she said that all artists should sign their work. And I think that that is such a great, you know, way and reason to make labels, right? Because we make stuff all the time. And sometimes sewing has become such a habit and a routine for so many people that it's like, oh, I'm just making this. It's just something I made. It's not a big deal, but you should still sign it. I mean, it's still something that you put hard work into, and it's still something that you know, worked on and put your, I don't know, your brain, and just, you really tried hard on it. So I think that everybody should be able to sign and, you know, make it known that they created this, right? Love it. If you love it, sign it. Ella Bly just said, love it, sign it. I mean, I think we're all in agreement on that one. And Joanne just said that she's happy to answer questions as well. So if you just watched that and you were curious about anything, she's here to join us, and that makes me so happy. Somebody said, how do you do that if you do not have an embroidery machine? Joanne, maybe you might be able to hop in, but I was thinking about that the other day when I pulled that episode of Takeover Tuesday. And if you guys don't have, let me reword this. How many of you guys don't have an embroidery machine and just have a sewing machine? Just a sewing machine only, no embroidery machine, just sewing. Because I've been trying to find and trying to come up with show ideas for just pure sewing machines. So if you guys want a labels episode with a sewing machine, let me know. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of just sewing machines. So I will keep that in mind. Next year, we will do some more sewing. I know we've probably done a lot of embroidery and serging, so I want to try and get a good little circle of all of the different types of crafting. So let's go on to our next little rewind. The second one I want to show you today is talking about something that's very simple, but I feel like gets overlooked a lot when you start sewing, because when you start working on a project, you're, thinking about fabric, you're thinking about thread, you're thinking about your bobbin. There's so many things that go into just making one singular project, which, we're doing a lot of work for these projects, and we need to make sure that we're shown appreciation. And also, again, with the signing thing, make sure that everybody knows that you created that, because you should be able to brag on your projects, right? I mean, that's just me, but you guys make such amazing things that I've seen on the Facebook group as well. So you deserve to have your name on it. That's all I gotta say. But our next little segment is from another one of my favorite educators, and her name is Rhonda Pierce, and she is with Schmetz Needles. And needles. I'm sure I have another question for you guys, and I need you guys to all be very honest with me. When was the last time you changed your needle? When was it? Don't tell me the truth. Be honest. But if you're seeing this right now, I just have a favor for you. Here's your Takeover Tuesday homework for the week: is change your needle whenever you get the chance. Put a fresh new needle in there before you start a project. Carol Lombardi said this morning. Debbie Shaw said yesterday. A lot of you guys are saying yesterday. That's good. A good rule of thumb is about every 8 hours of sewing. So not 8 hours in general. It doesn't need to sit in there for 8 hours. But just replace it. If you're ever feeling, weird about it, or you're like, oh, I don't remember, just change it. Joanne just commented. Joanne Banco said, when in doubt, throw it out is her needle motto. So definitely agree. If you can't remember, or if you're just kind of, maybe stitches are looking a little weird, just change your needle. I promise. But with that, Rhonda brought us some more. Kyle's got some coffee.
Hey!
He was trying to be all sneaky, but you guys know him. He can hop in and say hello. But with that, Rhonda gave us some really amazing tips on needles, because needles, I feel like we often may forget about them, but they're probably the most inexpensive item, or the most inexpensive way to keep your machine intact. Oh my gosh, everybody just said, hey Kyle. I just saw a whole thing of comments. He said hello and good morning. Hey ladies. You guys, the breakfast burritos, we're having fun this morning. But Rhonda gave us so many great tips about needles, and again, they are probably the most inexpensive way that you can keep your machine happy, if that makes any sense. But if you have a good needle in there, if you're doing your normal upkeep of checking your bobbin, your oil and all that kind of stuff, you should be in pretty good shape with your machine. So let's go ahead and rewatch Rhonda give her favorite tips on the needles. She kind of goes into detail all the different needles, and what fabrics to use for which needle, and vice versa, and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and let her keep talking, but listen close, because needles, again, everybody needs to be on the same page with needles, especially, say your needle broke or things like that, or just all the upkeep and all the maintenance that you have to do can really help if you're making sure that your needle is always intact. So let's see what Rhonda has got to say about needles. All right, I'll be right back.
Popular needle type is the most popular needle type. And I bet most of you would guess or know that the universal needle is the most popular needle type. Why? Well, the universal has a slightly rounded point and it works well with both knit and with woven fabrics. I consider the universal needle to be the workhorse of all needle types. The universal needle is also available in the widest array of sizes, from the smallest size 60/8 all the way up to a 125. So Smet's universal, the most popular needle type. And guess what? The universal is also available in twin and triple needle. So the most popular needle size for universal, I'm hoping you've got this in your needle stash, is universal size 80/12, followed by universal size 90/14. So no matter what kind of sewing you do, I always suggest that you have universal 80/12 and 90/14 in your stash. So let's talk about specific needles for piecing and for quilting. And there are 5 needle types. And yes, universal right in there. Lots of famous quilters use the universal for both piecing and for quilting. But let's look at a couple other needle types that you want to consider. I've got the jeans needle, also known as a denim needle. Does that surprise you? Well, how many of you like to make flannel quilts, or you like to make denim quilts, or you like to make those heavy-duty raggy quilts? And the denim needle is up to the task. So what's so special about the denim needle? The denim needle has a reinforced blade. A reinforced blade so that when your needle passes through your heavier fabric, there's less needle deflection, less movement of the needle. So you get a cleaner stitch with that reinforced blade. So the jeans needle is a great needle choice for flannel quilts, denim quilts, and those heavy-duty raggy quilts. Another popular needle for piecing and quilting is the top stitch needle. The top stitch needle. And if you were with us last month, we learned that the top stitch needle has an elongated eye. So there's less stress on your thread as it's passing through the eye of the needle. The top stitch needle also has a slightly rounded point. The top stitch. We've got, just as the name suggests, the quilting needle. The quilting needle is used specifically or oftentimes for piecing and for quilting. So what's so special about the quilting needle? Well, it was specifically designed for piecing and for quilting. The quilting needle has a special tapered point, a special taper specifically designed for piecing and for quilting. And the quilting needle has a slightly rounded point, the quilting needle. And I'll also just mention that you'd probably use the size 75/11 for the piecing of your project and the larger size 90/14 for the quilting of your project. And that leaves one other needle type popular for piecing and quilting. And can you guess what it is? For some of you that have been to my classes before, you probably already know. And that's the microtex needle. The microtex needle. The generic name for a microtex needle is a sharp needle. So when your books and patterns say use a sharp needle, well, they're referring to a Smet's microtex needle. So microtex, what does that mean? Well, the microtex needle has a very slim acute point. Very slim acute point. So with the microtex needle, you're going to get the most precise stitches. And because the microtex has a very slim acute point, guess what? Your microtex needle is going to dull quicker than any of your other needle types. So you will need to replace your microtex more frequently than any of your other needle types. The other thing I want to mention about the microtex is how many of you like to sew or piece or quilt with batik fabrics. Well, the microtex is a great needle choice because even if you pre-wash your fabrics, oftentimes the weave of the fabric will still be kind of tight and there can still be dye residue left. So the microtex can still stitch beautifully through your batik fabrics. So 5 popular needle types for piecing and quilting. If you're taking notes here today, you might want to write these down. We've got the workhorse of all needle types, the universal needle with a slightly rounded point. We've got the jeans needle with a reinforced blade, which is great when you're working with denim, flannel quilts, or those heavy-duty raggy quilts. And wow, isn't cold season upon us? Maybe you'll be making a raggy quilt pretty soon. We've got the top stitch needle, which has that elongated eye, so there's less stress on your thread as it's passing through the eye of the needle. We've got the quilting needle with a special taper, specifically designed for piecing and for quilting. You probably use the size 7511 for the piecing of your project and the larger 9014 for the quilting of your project. And finally, but not last or least, I'm not presenting these in any specific order, is the microtex needle, also known as a sharp needle. The microtex, you get a very clean, precise stitch because of that very slim, acute point. And you're going to need to change your microtex needle more frequently than any of your other needle types. And the microtex is a great needle choice when you're sewing with batik fabrics. So 5 needle types. Where are you going to get your Smets needles? Well, you're going to go to Sewing Machines Plus. Go in person or you can go online. You can buy these needles as single cards, or Sewing Machines Plus does have these all bundled up for you with a handy little luggage tag with the Smets color chart. And the bundle also includes the handy little ABC pocket guide, which is really the foundation to everything you need to know about Smets needles, the foundation to my Smets classes. So I'm sure Kennedy or someone will be posting the link for this little Smets bundle. This is the piecing and quilting bundle, and you get the 5 different types of needles. Yep, there it is. Okay, they just posted the bundle for you. And, you know, these bundles you can buy for yourself, or they make nice gifts because, oh dear, we are coming up to holiday season, right? Have you started your holiday shopping already? I have. I'm hoping to have something delivered yet this week. So, yes, I have started my holiday shopping. Okay, now let's talk about sewing with knits. Sewing with knits. Are you going to be making maybe a cuddle blanket, or maybe a soft cuddle poncho, or a minky poncho? You know, those would make nice gifts for the holiday, and you want to use the appropriate needle. So if you're sewing with knits, there are 2 needle types you must have in your sewing stash. And the first is the jersey needle. The jersey needle. The generic name for a jersey needle is a ballpoint needle. The jersey needle has a medium ballpoint. The other needle that you need in your stash when sewing with knits is a stretch needle. And guess what? The stretch needle also has a medium ballpoint, just like this jersey needle. But the eye of the stretch needle is narrower, and the scarf of the stretch needle is also deeper. So it's a little bit different sewing experience when you compare the jersey and the stretch. So if you're sewing with knits, well, how do you know? What needle type do you use, a stretch or a jersey? Well, if your fabric has lycra or spandex or elastic, you're going to use the stretch needle. If it's just a regular knit fabric, you're going to use the jersey needle. Sometimes stretch and jersey are interchangeable, but not always. So sometimes you just kind of have to test. Now, to the question about what needle do you use when you're sewing on that really nice, super soft, plush, cuddle, or minky fabric? Well, you want to use a stretch needle. You want to use a stretch needle. Here I'm showing size 75, but actually you want to use size 90-14 on your cuddle or minky fabric. And let me just say, I'm a huge fan of cuddle fabric and minky. And if it was colder, I'd probably be wearing a cuddle vest that I had made. And when you sew with cuddle or minky, it's kind of I don't want to say it's finicky, but it has a tendency to kind of slide underneath your machine and the foot. So you really need to pin well when you're sewing with minky or cuddle. And then you know what? The needle really makes a huge difference when you're sewing with cuddle or minky. So use a stretch size 90-14 when you're working with cuddle or minky. So what sewing with knits? Yep, you need 2 needle types in your stash. You need the jersey and you need the stretch needles. And our friends at Sewing Machines Plus have these already bundled up for you. So you get a card of multi-sized jersey. So you've got jersey needles in size 70, 80, and 90. Plus you have a pack of stretch 75-11 and a pack of stretch size 90-14. So Sewing Machines Plus has these bundled up for you with the little Smets ABC pocket guide and the ever popular little luggage tag with the Smets color chart. So I'm sure pretty soon they'll probably have that bundle right up on in the chat, so you can order these directly from Sewing Machines Plus.
All right, you guys. So how did we like that? I love how detailed she is when it comes to just needles, because you'd think that, oh, there's just, you know, only a couple of needles here and there for different types of things, but with so much fabric and there's so many different types of projects you can do with quilting and clothing and garments and all that kind of stuff. The options are endless when it comes to needles. So it's really awesome that we have someone like Rhonda to help us learn and get educated about needles, because who would have thought, right? All right. Well, those were my 2 main things that I wanted to show today. Perhaps we'll do a part 2 of like a little rewind soon another time, but I do want to get a little bit into giveaways today and give some things away. But I want to hear from you guys. What was your favorite episode that we've had on here? We've had 25 so far, and we've had so many different types of educators come on. I mean, we've had Jane Klaus, and you guys know her and love her. She's always hosting with Blaine on our events. We've had Chris Marchini. We've done an interview with him. We've done, we've had Reen and Joanne and, Ellen March and Kelly Rushing, and who else? Amanda from Amanda's Bundles. And I don't know, we've had so many people on here. So I love, and Threaducation. Oh my gosh, I miss Threaducation so much. Callista, she's amazing. And, we've had Wonderful on here for a month long. It's great. And I love how we've all kind of learned something, and I can hear your guys' opinions as well. And I'm also glad you like these little refreshers, because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I forget things a lot. So I always am looking back at old YouTube videos and, old things that I can rewatch and remember. So I always am like that. So I'm like, well, I'll help some of you guys out too and give you guys a little refresher. But it's amazing. So let's go ahead and do some giveaways today, because I'm just in that mood. Christmas just happened. I'm just feeling it. I'm wearing the green. I'm kind of am like a Christmas tree today, in a way. Was I the Christmas tree? No, I was the snowman at Countdown to Christmas. I was the snowman. Kyle was the tree. We'll have to bring those costumes back at some point. And you guys saw the Grinch too, huh? That was so weird. I wonder where that Grinch came from. That was really weird, you guys. I hope you guys didn't get scared. Okay, let's see here. let's pull up our little giveaway tool here. All right, first up, we have got our iconic S&P Sew Mats. Oh my goodness, you can pick of all the different colors. We have a new one coming very soon. Just a little hint for you. You can pick out of the 4 different sizes, and I want to say we're at 13 or 14 different colors now, and then soon we'll have some more, but you guys know we got a new one coming. Just letting you know. So let's go ahead and spin and see who's going to win. Let me get this up here real quick. Let's spin, see who's going to win today's Sew Mat. And you guys know what to do once you win. Head to SewingMachinesPlus.com. Let's see. Augustine Meissner. Did I say your name right? Congratulations. You have just won a S&P Sew Mat. So if you're interested and you want to claim your prize, go ahead and head to SewingMachinesPlus.com to get that mat, and we'll ship it right out to you. You can pick out your color and size, and you can start working with your new sew mat. It's so exciting. I still don't have a sew mat right here on my desk, and I need one, and I feel like it doesn't count. I need to have one here, right? I feel like I do. Okay, let's do another one, because it was just Christmas and you guys were all talking about things you got for Christmas. I want to do a $100 gift card, so that way if there was something that might have, missed, or maybe didn't end up under your tree, but you still wanted it, here's your chance. You can win a $100 S&P gift card to go get yourself some goodies and treat yourself this holiday season. So let's get back to this and see who's gonna win. Oop, let's see who's taking home this $100 gift card. Let's see. Jane, is it Tutun? Congratulations, Jane. I am so happy that you won. Go ahead and head to SewingMachinesPlus.com to claim your prize and just go get yourself something fun on us. Go get yourself something fun. Maybe some new patterns, maybe, I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever you want. The options are endless. I mean, obviously, whatever we have on our website, but, go shop, have some fun. Okay, I think I'm going to do one more gift card today because I just have to, you guys. It's just the options there. I have to. So let's go ahead and spin one more time to see who's going to win one more gift card, and you can just start shopping. Oh my goodness. Who doesn't love shopping? Come on. Bruce Bolton, congratulations. You have just won a $100 gift card. So what you can do is head to SewingMachinesPlus.com and claim your prize. We'll get that out to you. You can start shopping and pick up some goodies for the new year. Get some, if you have some New Year's resolutions, maybe you want to try quilting and you've never tried quilting before, or maybe vice versa and you want to try something new. This is a great way to get started. I mean, you can get a lot with $100. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the giveaways. That was a nice little fun little thing. I want to ask another question. What are your guys' New Year's resolutions? What do you guys want to do in the next year? New goals, new projects? I mean, I hope everybody pulls out at least one of their unfinished projects, a UFO, and finishes it, because we all have a lot of UFOs. I know. Maybe the one that we stare at, but then never end up finishing. Maybe we'll get to that one this year and finish it. But yes, Neva said get a cutie. Ooh, cuties are so much fun. Oh my goodness. Did the bear get named? Oh my gosh. Did we name it? I think we did. What was it? Bob and Bear. I think we went with Bob and Bear. But if you have any more suggestions, any names are welcome. Any names are welcome. But yes, so, oh my gosh, I see all your guys' resolutions. Learn something new. Okay, love that. Try and be more organized. Yes. Wolfgeist asked me what I named my snake. If you guys didn't know, Wolfgeist made me the snake that sits on my desk. I haven't named it yet. but I love it so much. I love it. I love it. Somebody said name the bear Blaine Bear. Blaine would be very excited if I named something after him. So I'll have to see on that one. But what do I name my snake? I really love when animals have like like I love the name Sheldon, or like somebody said Sylvester. I was gonna say like Sylvester or something, like Frank, Sylvester. I think Sylvester the snake. I think that's it. Celeste, I think you just helped me name my snake. Thank you so much. And then Sylvester is next to Pockets from Arrow. So, oops, oh, I'm dropping things. But this is Pockets from Arrow. If you buy a Arrow cabinet, you get a little Pockets. So we've got Sylvester, we've got Bob and Bear, and we've got Pockets. That is the ultimate crew right there. The ultimate crew. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Takeover Tuesday. I had so much fun. You guys are always so fun to chat with and hang out with. Somebody said Tangled, like Tangled. Oh my goodness. You guys are hilarious. I think Sylvester's the name. I don't know. I saw it and I think it just fits. But thank you, Celeste. Wherever you are, thank you so much for naming my snake. I love it so much. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had so much fun doing a little walk down memory lane and seeing all the fun stuff that we've learned throughout the past year. And I mean, cheers just to more episodes of Takeover Tuesday and to more education. So you guys are amazing. Threadbare. I just saw that. Who commented Threadbare? Because I love this. That's so smart. Oh my goodness. I'm getting distracted with all the comments. But yes, thank you so much. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Go sew something fun today. Change your needle. Change your needle, you guys. Don't forget. Oil your machine. I'm just keeping you guys accountable. I'm just trying. But I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your year. And I will see you guys next year. That feels very weird to say, but I will see you guys very soon. Don't worry. The year ends in like a few days, right? So we'll be back soon. We'll be back in a week. But thank you again. I hope you guys finish up some projects this next week and just hang out with us on Thursday. And yeah, sign up for our emails. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Let's see. Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm trying to think of all the things that I can tell you guys before I get off of here. But someone said oil change and get dressed. Yes, exactly, Linda Brooks. Exactly. We will be having a show on Thursday, so don't worry. We didn't have one last week, but we will be having one this Thursday. So put your alarms on, get ready, and we will see you so soon. And we'll have Takeover Tuesday next year. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right. See you on the flip side, you guys. Stay safe, stay warm. I know I'm freezing over here, but I will see you guys very, very soon, okay? Bye, guys.